Hey everyone, it's Libby from Meister's Guidance. I'd like to welcome you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energies to this reading today. And I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people on whose traditional lands these videos are made. Had the most beautiful experience as I was preparing for this reading. I line up my chakras, I set them alight from within, and I let that light go out into the universe, and what happens is I get the universal white light energy back in return. It's absolutely fabulous. But while I was setting up, I always put a protective bubble around myself made from that universal white light, and today came with it stars. There was a sprinkling of stars all around the top half of the bubble that formed around myself. And when I burnt off, it's an opaque bubble, when I burnt off the opacity so that I can be in contact with you, what happens is the bubble then turns into, if you think like a soap bubble with the beautiful translucent colours, but the stars remained. It was just absolutely gorgeous. So thank you. And I think what's happening today is, for those that are new to the channel, is I pre-shuffle. This is a spiritual reading only. I pre-shuffle my cards because you don't need to watch me shuffling for 20 minutes, using my Namaste deck as a foundation card, the foundation card for the reading, and then my Australian Wildflower cards, my Nature's Whispers Oracle cards, and my Cosmic Oracle. And the foundational card that Narine gave to me today is a repeat of last week's card. This card, gorgeous strength and beauty, darkness with the new dawn coming. And so obviously Narine wants me to do a follow-on from last week's reading, and during the week I also did a reading in regards to very basically getting to know your spirit guides, being introduced to your spirit guides. This is the introduction to your spirit guides. Really is a full day, or even 2 days. I did a 2-day workshop with my soothsayer to be introduced to my guides and to be comfortably in the energy. So 30 minutes really doesn't do it justice, but it does give you a start. But what Narine is wanting to do is obviously carry on that lesson into this particular reading. Now the idea of these readings is you go back, you have a look at an image or a title that appeals to you, or you are drawn to at any particular time, and it is for you to then watch that reading and take the message that it speaks to you at this time. But obviously we've got a bit of a pairing happening here, so thank you, Narine. Thank you. Much appreciated. So the reading Narine has for us today, and I've also actually got a book that I feel that I picked it up just before this reading while I was before I started preparing, and there was literally on the first page a line that sprung out to me. So seeing how this reading goes, I'll see whether that book is relevant or not. But things happen at a particular time for a reason. So the reading for today is: Blessed are you with everlasting peace beyond words or understanding. Blessed are you with tranquility and bliss. Blessed are you with the clarity that reveals the beauty of your soul, and through which all appears as infinite. I'll hold that up so that you can pause and read if you'd like. But to me, this is really very much about getting in contact and being in the energy of your guide or guides. You will have one main guide. You may have several main guides, but usually it's one main guide, and then others will come and go in your life, and some may stay the lifetime as you need them, as you need to learn the lessons. So I'll bring you down and we'll have a look to see. So here are the cards. I haven't looked at them. They are new to me as they are new to you in this particular reading. Blessed are you with everlasting peace beyond words or understanding. Blessed are you with tranquility and bliss. Blessed are you with the clarity that reveals the beauty of your soul and through which all appears infinite. So the first card, I've got them upside down from my Australian wildflowers. Again, focus. Focus. This is about concentrating your thoughts. No, it's not. Thank you, Naren. He's telling me it's about clearing your thoughts, emptying your mind of the everyday chatter, focusing on your breathing, in through the nose and out through the mouth, forming a state of meditation, relaxation, where you're not chattering away in your own mind, to give space for your guide to come through. Now, in all honesty, after I got introduced to Meister, the only space he could get in was when I was washing my hair in the shower, and boy, did he make use of that space. So this is very much about focusing on creating space for your guides to come through. Ooh. Courage. The Sturt's Desert Pea. So we had Sundew, we've got the Sturt's Desert Pea, courage. When your guides first come through, it's actually, and I will say from experience, I found it quite scary. It does take courage to return to that place and actually make first contact, because it's like a real frizzling, if that's a word, frizzling in your brain, in your mind, in your awareness when they first come through. But boy, that connection is so beautiful when you get comfortable with it. So it can be quite scary when you make those first connections. It takes courage to return to that energy. And then we have challenge, lantern bush challenge. Interesting combination of cards here. Focus, courage and challenge. My eyes are drawn back to the blessing. Blessed are you with the clarity that reveals the beauty of the soul. Blessed are you with the clarity that reveals the beauty of your soul. It takes focus, it takes courage, and it's not easy. It took me probably a good 4, 5, 6 months to be comfortable in the energy of Meister, and only after I was comfortable, really comfortable, 18 months of comfortable with Meister, did Naren come through. Naren was always there, but I needed to be in a place where I was comfortable enough for him, that I was comfortable enough with the concept of being in constant contact with my guides. Trust me, there's no privacy. They're not consciously there the whole time, but they are there the whole time. And for me to be comfortable enough in that space for Naren to come through. So this is about a process, focusing your breathing on his spot with his draggy toenails coming through. Comfortable. Focusing on opening the space to allow them in, which does take courage, because it is quite a dramatic experience to start with. And I know that in my early days I was connecting. Part of my growing process was to connect with a spirit that was still on this earth, and it was actually a really scary process. It was not a spirit who was a spirit guide. It was a spirit that a friend had come in contact with, and that spirit and I worked through the process, and it was actually quite scary, because there were moments when I was getting hit with what I needed to be aware of, and I needed to learn from this particular spirit. It was Mary Poole, born in 1860, died in 1880, and died of consumption, and the message she had was that simply she wanted to be remembered. It was a really quite traumatic connection that took place over several weeks, with me also researching information, and it took courage to be in that energy and to be accepting of it, because it would have been so easy to block that energy from Mary, to put up the shutters and say, no, I don't want to enter this. But boy, was it a growing experience for me, and it will be a challenge. Just bring you down ever so slightly. Okay, so under focus we have infinite blessing. The clarity that reveals in the beauty of your soul all appears infinite. Hang on, I'll just pause you for a sec. Sorry about this. It's a busy day outside and there's people walking past, but blessed are you with the clarity that reveals the beauty of the soul, through which all appears infinite. This process, you will find, is an infinite blessing. Blessed are you with tranquility and bliss, an infinite blessing. Under courage, we have actually, Narin's given me 4 cards here. Under courage, let love be your beacon. It takes courage to open yourself to your guides, open to yourself to the universal energy, but you will find love, if you use love as your guiding light, not fear, not any negative. Thank you. I was going to say hatred, but Narin's telling me that's the wrong word. Not fear, not anger, using love as your beacon. It will allow you to open up to this infinite blessing of being with your spirituality and being with your guides. Heighten your vitality. Gosh, I don't know if I've seen this card before. Heighten your vitality. I have seen all the cards, but I have not drawn this card before. So I'm really getting, okay, thank you. Everlasting peace beyond words and understanding, by focusing and accepting the courage and challenge of being with your guides in this process, by the infinite blessing, and by being with the love as your beacon. You will find that you view life, you experience life on a heightened plane of awareness. All of a sudden you see and you feel and you know and you feel getting up in the morning is exciting. Watching the bees on the flowers is just shining light within you. A vitality. You'll find that you will be immersed in this new vitality of your humanness on this planet, but also your connection universally via spirit. And vulnerability. Yes, I will admit that in the early stages of opening to this universal energy, you do feel vulnerable, and there can be vulnerability. Sometimes mischievous spirits come through, which is why you need to have a almost like a prayer that you say in your early days beforehand, before you are completely comfortable with the universal energy that's swirling around you. You need to just be aware, but also open yourself to the vulnerability. put up no barriers except for those against the mischievous, and you may find that happens only once, and then you learn to automatically put up a, yeah, no, I don't think so, barrier. But this is about allowing yourself to be vulnerable to spirit, to the universal energies, looking at this image and then finding peace in that energy. Finding complete peace, knowing that you are protected. Using my cosmic oracle, what have we got here? Head. This has come up, I think, every time in the last 3 readings. Logic and evaluation. Yes, immerse yourself in that spiritual world. Open yourself up. Take the courage and allow your guides to come through. Allow the energy from the universe to come through. But also observe it with logic and evaluation, because then it will make sense. This is not a 2D energy. This is very much about 4 and 5 dimensional spirituality. And you do at some stage need to step back and go, holy crumbs, wow. And have a think about it. Have a think about what you have experienced. Have a think about what has been brought to you. And what you'll find is that I'm really drawn to the fact that you have the brain in the center here, the eye, the learning, the universe without, the universe within. There are so many factors to this. It's not simply just it's thank you guys. Yeah, Naren is telling me this is an opening on all levels, an intellectual opening, a spiritual opening, a physical opening to the universal energies on all levels. So to step back and evaluate what actually happened. Have a think about it. Okay, what have we got here? Manifestation. What you desire is on its way. And here are these stars that I experienced this morning. What you desire is on its way. We are all brought to this place and time because of what I desire is a white puppy dog that needs a cuddle. Yeah, he desires a cuddle. Okay. Everything that you have experienced up to this stage, everything, good, bad, indifference, has brought you to this place and time for this message. And by taking this message and moving forward with it, you are moving into this new realm of being able to manifest a new future for yourself. And going with the flow. See where it takes you. By opening, taking the courage, taking the focus, taking the challenge, by opening up to the universal lights and your guide and the energy and the experience. Logically look at it, but understand that this is part of your journey and see where it takes you, because by crikey it's pretty magnificent. It brightens your vitality. It does open you to vulnerability, but it opens you to infinite blessings of love and the experience of love. So the quote I have for you, I'll just bring you up. Quite interesting. Yes, Terry Pratchett. It's quite profound in regards to this. I remember yesterday, said Wen thoughtfully, but the memory is in my head now. Was yesterday real, or is it only the memory that's real? Yesterday I was not born. This is the birth of your new life. the first day of your new life. Step into it, embrace it, take the lessons that your guides are giving you, go with the flow. There is purpose. We do need to, I think why the head with logic and evaluation is here, is that we do need to be physically and logically involved in our path forward. Can't sit on the couch and expect it to happen. But manifest what you desire by putting the steps into place and then accepting where those steps are taking you, which may not be where you think you want to go, but will be a thank you. They're telling me a blessing beyond belief, because it will take you where you are meant to go, not necessarily where you think you need to go. So finish up with a couple of Work Your Light Oracle cards. Blessed are you with everlasting peace beyond words and understanding. Beyond words and understanding. The process of opening up to your spirit guides and opening up to the universal energy is not something that... The experience is incredibly difficult to explain, because it's almost like there are no words for the process that you go through. It just is. Thank you, Naryn. They're telling me it just is. Step back and evaluate what happened, yes, but the process and the feel and the emotion and the oneness with the universe that comes from the experience just is, and needs a level of simple acceptance. Blessed are you with tranquility and bliss. Very much so, I can attest to that. It brings forth a patience and a compassion and empathy, but most of all a patience and a sitting in self-peace. Thank you. A self-peace as we move through this world. An acceptance, but also a clarity of what needs to be done on a personal level to move the community, to move the spirituality of humanity forward, in connection with Mother Earth, in connection with the universe. Blessed are you with the clarity that reveals the beauty of your soul, and through which all appears infinite. All is possible with the clarity of your soul. One card to finish up, please. One card to finish. Thank you. Oh, interesting card. Sisterhood of the Rose. Beauty and devotion. Priestess, mystic, teacher. Your guide brings both feminine and masculine energy. But be your own priestess, mystic, teacher, and I hope I also come to you in this role as well. The sisterhood of the rose, the brotherhood of the rose, Naryn is also prompting me. It is about being part of the community, being part of the collective, connecting I'm getting a vision of each of us via light plugging ourselves into the collective. Sounds like Borg. I do apologise, I am a Trekkie from way back. But it is about spiritually plugging into the collective and bringing forward the sisterhood and the brotherhood, being in community. Okay, a little bit longer today, but thank you for joining me. Love to you all.